What is going on, everybody? Happy 2024. On the 24th is when we're recording this, ironically. Hope everybody had a great New Year's. It is me. It is Brunner, the one, the only, the Brunner. Yeah, let's just go straight into it. It's gonna be a great year. In my opinion, I think 2023 was a pretty lackluster year for games. At least in my opinion. I know that I hear the fucking Final Fantasy people coming out, but don't hate me. But you know what? That's today's episode. That's what we're gonna talk about is the next upcoming games. I'm pretty excited. There's a few that I'm really excited for. There's a few that I've gone into arguments about. We'll get into that shortly. Meanwhile, though, one thing I can say is we'll talk about that actually right now. I was gonna say about DLCs. We'll get to that later because that's a segue to one of my next topics. But Brunner, take the floor. First words of 2024.
So before we begin, wanted to say thank you all. Also, what I didn't mention last episode was that we were talking about our favorite moments from the channel of 2023. Didn't talk about how our Homelander edit came out in 2023, and that thing has like 1 million views on YouTube, which is insane. And I always get that show. What's the name of the show? Song.
We still get those,
and
I think they're fucking with us at this point.
So just thank you for that. Also, since you mentioned 2023, it was mostly dominated by like 4 or 5, which was like Zelda, Baldur's Gate, Spider-Man, and this game, Resident Evil 4 Remake, which I want to talk about because Anthony has some expertise in this.
Yep.
I long ago we talked about Resident Evil, and then I had mentioned that I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to get into it, but it's like the lore is weird. It's like very Final Fantasy lore. It's like, oh, this person, and Metal Gear, where it's like this person was this person, and this person came in from this game that's the prequel from this game from 2 years ago, and then which is true because I played like Resident Evil 4 for the first time. I played the remake, never played any of the originals, and I loved it. Like, I am now hooked into the franchise, which is why, it was nominated for Game of the Year. Sorry, Crow Cat was complaining that, like, the atmosphere was very different because Resident Evil 4 original was very, like, gray and, like, yellow and misty. But this, I think this did a good job. And then also expanded some lore on like, Luis and Krauser and Salazar and Sadler. And what I mentioned by that, because I was watching a video literally last night, talking about it, how they're like, oh, Leon runs into Krauser, and then Leon and Krauser did a mission on this game, I think it was like Resident Evil Chronicles, and that game was released only for Wii and PS3. And like,
yep, yeah, I had it for the Wii. I was one of those fanboys that and shout out to everybody, because if you played Resident Evil 0 in the Wii, I played Resident Evil 4 in the Wii. That shit was fun as fuck, dude. You had a gun, like, those Wii accessory guns. The real homies know. I had the pistol. Then, like, I think we had a machine gun one. So the second player was a machine gun. The first person I think we had 2 pistols, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And you would just put the Wii there, and it was literally like, dude, it was so fun. Honestly, I would, excuse me, it was my alarm to get ready for it. That I would honestly rebuy those Joy-Cons just to play Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 0. I can't explain it, but the camera movement in those fucking games are hilarious. Because it's like one of those Peter Piper arcade games, the ones where like you like the House of the Dead, where you shoot. It's basically like that for Wii. So it'd be like it would just churn, and it was like hysterical. Like the people watching me just doing that movement know what I'm talking about. And that, honestly, like, playing that Resident Evil 4, I know I played 4, 0, and I think one. No, not one. It was like Chronicles. It was like a not part of the number
Yeah,
lore, but part of
yeah.
the other one.
And then they're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
Chronicles," which is a retelling of Code Veronica, which was a spin-off of this game, and I'm like, "What?"
which is like a fucking, like, do you remember this bitch from Resident Evil Zero? She has her own game now. It's like what? I'm like what? Like you get a lot of that. I'll shout out Josh here because I know he would kill me if I didn't mention it. I know he would tell me this right now. One of the best multiplayer experiences he's ever had was on Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. That's the one where you play as the umbrella unit, like basically like the unit trying to go cover up Raccoon City. That's pretty cool. And then the multiplayer is basically you versus the police, and then there's people as zombies. So it's 3 people, basically Arkham Origins, right? And if you get bit, you turn into a zombie, and that was pretty cool. Josh liked that. Really, really great. That one had a pretty fun storyline. That one was online. I think that one was like basically the base of Resident Evil 6 because they used the same format for multiplayer on 6. Um, we'll get to that when we get to that. I have many stories about Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
and then
Great game.
so I played on standard mode, and that was pretty challenging because I'm no video game journalist. I'm playing on difficult mode, but
IGN specialist.
uh, but again, I love the game, and they're like, "Oh, this thing took out this thing and this thing." Where I'm like, "No, I enjoyed it. I am hooked." I think Capcom's idea for the new Resident Evil remake is to get again fans like me or younger audiences who haven't played the game. So it definitely worked. And then the Mercenaries multiplayer, which is just basically survival where they throw people at you and then just you have to survive, get a high score. I think you have to defeat 150 enemies before the time is up, or or don't die, which I had fun. I also thought because I played it on PlayStation 5, and every time I would bring up like my inventory, I would hit the big huge button on the PlayStation controller,
Yeah.
and then because that would take you to the map, and then you can cycle through your to inventory, and like it wouldn't work. And I'm like, is my controller busted? And I'm like, and then so I opened up a different game and it was working. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, maybe it's just like you can't use any heals. So that's what I thought Mercenaries was. But turns out if you press the triangle button, you pull up your inventory. So I was scoring like 250, 300,000 points without healing.
Without healing, dude. We gotta do it again. Oh, you know what? Damn it, it's on PS5. I forgot you play on PS5. I was like, I'll go back and beat that record. But yeah, dude, I didn't know you. Yeah, I know the controls for the Xbox. I've never played it for the PS. I want to get Brunner Resident Evil 5, and I think I am. I think I will. I think it's on sale. Resident Evil 5 and 6, because I know for sure 6 we could play online, and Brunner's never played 5. If I'm not mistaken, right? We never played 5.
The only one I just played and I beat
is 4.
I beat 4, and then I just beat 2, and I did it on only scenario A, because fuck that shit. All right, because that one was a literal true horror game. Like I wasn't like super scared, because the only thing I was technically scared of is because like there was almost 0 ammo and 0 heals. I would literally walk from like one side of the police department to the other with like 1 hit and I'm dead, 0 bullets and 0 health. And then I would have all these zombies come at me everywhere.
I think Resident Evil 1 is a little more challenging than that. Have you played? You haven't played 1. You just beat 2. I know Resident Evil 1 remake is out. Resident Evil 1. This might just be a Resident Evil episode. It's not gonna be, but Resident Evil 1 remake.
And then but like, cause I love Leon now. He's the homie. He's the homeboy. So Claire, I'm not playing you. I'm sorry, but I assume you went through some shit, and I saw some of it, how the story connects, which I like. But Mr. X, dude, screw him. Like I was like,
ugh.
opens
Don't
up
even
the
get me started on
helicopter,
that.
and I'm like, because I remember like when the game came out, like seeing memes of him, and I
Yeah.
remember like there's this one detail where if you pull out like if when he's chasing you, if you pull out an RPG, he will turn away and walk away from you. But
Did you do that? Did you were able to try that out?
no, because I couldn't. I don't know how these people did it because I found nothing in that PlayStation. Like once I was
Yeah.
able to leave, I'm like, I ain't never coming back. I screw that
I ain't
place.
coming back. I say, I ain't coming back here. What is
Oh yeah,
what does
Magic
that
Johnson. I'm
mean?
not gonna be here. But and then I
Oh my
looked up
god.
like I'm like, how do you defeat him? Like in the police station, they're like, you don't defeat him.
Yeah, you done, dude. I was telling Bruno, I've never played the remake, but I heard great things about it. The mist thing, I can see how that would be a W in my opinion. As a kid, I fucking hated it. You couldn't see where the fuck you were going, dude. So it was like playing Silent Evil. Silent Evil, what the fuck?
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill 2, to be specific. But I played for the original. I was telling this about Brunner. I think me, Josh, and my cousin Jorge. Shout out Jorge. I'll say like 30 minutes after school, just fucking with the chainsaw guy, running away from him with only like 5 bullets in the pistol. That was like the funnest thing ever. Just running away, like we're just running away. But like, dude, I struggled and was scared of that chainsaw guy in Resident Evil 4 for so long. And then I heard a remake is a little more easier to kill.
Yeah.
But it's just like, which I heard that from a lot of people, not just Bruner. I know everybody's gonna come. I already hear the excuses, but no, like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil has those iconic villains, in my opinion, like the leeches in Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5, Bruner, you're probably gonna be like, this is a weird, because it's like it's not scary at all. It's just like it's so bright, like we're in like Africa.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. Yeah. You've never played as Chris, so I'm wondering if you would like Leon and Chris. There's that whole debate. I want to get Brunner, and we'll do a follow-up. So it's gonna be like the year of experimenting on Brunner's lore of Resident Evil. When we play Resident Evil 5, I will force Brunner to be Chris, and I'll be the girl. And I want Brunner because he played as Leon, so I want Brunner to pick between Leon and Chris because in Resident Evil 6, that's when they meet. That's the first time they ever meet.
Yep.
There's so much lore to it, and like what Brunner was saying, that one thing I liked he mentioned was, they're remaking the games for some of the newer fans. I think we gained a lot of new Resident Evil fans with 7 and 8 because they hopped more into like the first person outlast type beat, and it works because they kept the same lore. And if you don't know, you won't know. Resident Evil 5 is connected to Resident Evil 7 and 8. So we got to get Brunner to play 5. I won't fucking lie. I played it, but I beaten some of it. My brother Josh and Jorge, fanatics, right? I remember when we were in Vegas, I took a 30-minute nap. 30 minutes. They speed runned 7, and they were finishing 8 when I woke up. And they had a lightsaber. They speedrunned it so bad they unlocked the lightsaber. Because if you don't know, guys, if you complete, I think Resident Evil 8, I think this was 8. If you complete 8 on like a high difficulty in a certain amount of time, you get a lightsaber. So you can replay the game with a lightsaber. They got that. They were just fucking around. It was hilarious. So I know them too. They're virgins in it. I've seen them beat Resident Evil 5 millions of times. There's just so much to it. There really is so much to it. You go from like 1 to 7 and 8, and it'll build up. One thing I want to just throw out there before we move on is the look they gave Chris in 8 and 7 sucks so much that I think he looks like an old man. They make sense, but I just hate it. They changed the actor that plays him, and it just
Yeah, I've been getting like so many Resident Evil videos like on my feed on YouTube. Like there's 5 voice actors for Leon, and and he's been in like 8 games because like they're like, okay, this is the first person for Resident Evil 2, and then there was a different person for Resident Evil 4, and then a different person for Chronicles, and then like the same person, like the same other two people for like 6, and then something else, and then we have a new guy for the remake.
I think it's Hero.
But
I know they just remade one recently.
I've been
I know it doesn't have
yeah, and then like I think it's next week. The Resident Evil games will go on sale because last week it was on sale for PS5, and then this week it's on sale for Steam. So next week it'll hit Xbox. Well, I want to play 5, and then I want to play 3 as well. I heard 3 was really short, but
yeah.
for everybody's saying like the 4 remake, like it was perfect. Like they had the nail on the head. And then
I like Hero.
and then 5, at the end of 4, uh first of all, I didn't know who Ada Wong was, and then I played 2, so now I'm like, oh, it's all connected because Leon's like, oh, I wasn't expecting you, and I'm like, why wasn't she expecting him? Because she technically kind of died in 2, but then she's like
Yeah.
came back to life, surviving a 1,000-foot fall.
Why would you expect them? Not knowing the lore and shit. Just jumping straight into 4.
But but at the end of 4, when Ada's talking to Wesker's, you can see on Wesker's screen he's looking at the village in Africa for the 5th game. And then I know you retrieve a flower that contains the RNA, whatever, T virus thing. So it's set up, and then I'm like, I'm excited, and then I want to play 5 because RE4 remake just came out a couple months ago. So like it's gonna be probably another 2 years till the 5th remake comes out. I'm pretty sure it's already in the works right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But like and then I heard 6 had mixed reviews, so I want to play 6, and because I know because Capcom is cleaning up all their stuff, fine tuning it. But yeah, I want to play 6.
Good. 6, Josh. I remember having a good funny story. I remember Josh begging my mom to pick up 6 on her way home from work, and she had like a bad day from work, and she didn't. Oh, I love my mom, right, dude? And I remember Josh was like, "This game's okay." Like the same day, he was like, "This game's okay," like mid, and I'm like, "Dude, really?" Like, yeah, I have that clear memory.
I remember you told me the story of one time how like your dad. Josh begged your dad to get, what was it, the Harry Potter game?
Oh my god, yes, he beat it in like 4 hours, and my dad was pissed. Yeah, my dad was like, "We should just rented it." Like, he was pissed. Yeah, that was funny, dude. That was funny. He beat it in 4 hours. He beat it. Oh, he was begging. Yeah, he was begging my dad. It was Harry Potter 2. Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2, the game, if you guys don't know. One of Angry Joe's worst games that he ever reviewed. So, terrible game. Yeah, it was a terrible game.
But I'm ready to move on. That was my Resident Evil experience.
We spent 18 minutes talking about Resident Evil. We got to come back to that topic one day. But yeah, it's a lot of 2023 had some okay games. Spider-Man. There was another one I saw in there. Anyway, but the 2024, you got to move on. Is we're here. Right off the bat, I know one that catches my eye, and Brunner showed me, was an Xbox exclusive, Xbox fanboy stand up. Indiana Jones, and probably the lamest title ever, which was like Indiana Jones and like the Circle of something, Circle. Right? Like, I don't know. The what?
The Great Circle.
Like a fucking 2-year-old made that name. Like, come on. Oh, look at those Indiana Jones names. And like, you got Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, like Indiana Jones, Temple of Forbidden Eye, Indiana Jones, like the Dial of Destiny, the Great Circle. Sounds like a fucking Chinese restaurant you've seen in like a store, or like not even a store, like a plaza or a like El Paso. But I'm very excited for it. I hear a lot of mixed reviews of people reacting to it. I don't know why they hate that it's in first person. I think it's a good concept. I'm very, very excited for it. Kind of scared how it'll run on Xbox engine. I think PS would have been a little bit better. But we'll see. It's made by the same people who made Fallout, so there's some trust in there.
yes and no. So, new Indiana Jones game coming out from Bethesda. There's two different Bethesdas. Uh, there's Bethesda, the company that owns a bunch of video game developers, and then there's Bethesda that makes the Fallout and the Skyrims. I mean, that Elder Scrolls. I mean, but this is so new Indiana Jones game coming out, made by Bethesda and Machine Games, which are the people who did the Wolfenstein games recently. So that's why it's going to be in first person. I'm excited for it. Um, you know, again, get ready for the IGN. This really makes you feel like Indiana Jones. And
Yes.
and I don't know why people are complaining about it. Like Indiana Jones is a IP that would be cool in first person because he's done so many like adventurous things, and it'd be cool to see in first person. Like the Boulder. Can we get the Boulder run in first person?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Or like, do you
And just like
remember
with
in
Unity here.
what's the one with his dad? What's that movie? You know what I'm talking about?
Temple of
No, it's not
Doom.
Temple of Doom.
No.
The Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Remember when he's on the
that one.
tank fight? When he's fighting on the
Yeah.
tank? That'd be cool first person.
That would be cool.
And then now you get to solve, because remember again in Last Crusade, when they're in the library, he's like, hold on, like this lines up with this, and then this thing, and then this opens up this. So you're problem solving really in the eyes of Indiana Jones. I don't know why people are so twisted that it's not third person. I think it's going to be fun. And then also shout out to Machine Games, because they actually got a good looking Harrison Ford. Because like every time there's been like either a Han Solo or like an Indiana Jones spin-off property, like they never look like the character or they never look like the actor. And we finally have a good looking Indiana Jones. And also, what was I gonna say? Shoot. I think Harrison Ford. They're like, why couldn't they get Harrison Ford? He's 70.
He's 70. I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a fuck about video games.
He doesn't care about video games. He doesn't even care about like the things he does. Like I always see that in Star Wars, where like people ask him Star Wars questions. He's like, I don't care. He's like, that's a movie I did with my friend George Lucas in the desert. I don't give a shit.
It's like it's one of your edits. Remember the Who Shot Han? One of Brunner's popular edits, by the way.
Don't even get me started. Okay, so quick backstory. I made an edit, just to prove that point that Harrison Ford doesn't give a shit about Star Wars, which is okay. I'm fine with. I don't care either. And then, because it like popular debate of who shot first, Han or Greedo, and then everybody on the episode 7 cast was saying like, oh, Han shot first, right? And so the guy asked Harrison Ford, he's like, did you shoot? Who shot first, you or Greedo? And he's like, I don't care. And then not only that, I played the original clip from the 1970 version where Han shot first, and people in the comment section were like, said Greedo shot first. You literally saw first.
Dude, that was literally like cooling my laughter. I was like, dude, Brunner posted it. Proof. Like literally, like it was like literally, like it was like, if I was flipping somebody off and they're like, oh, he's not flipping me off. It's like, it's right there. It's like, dude, like, it was funny. Like it was dude, the debate in that one was fucking hilarious. I think we gotta do a readings video because it's that one and then the Jalen Carter comments that make me fucking laugh. Still send me with those fucking murder stats. Hey, you know what? Now that the Eagles fucking got eliminated, I don't give a fuck, dude. Those murder stats were real. Just kidding. Just me.
Also, I hate TikTok. Well, y'all are too sensitive on TikTok, because I made if you remember from a long time ago, the Doctor Strange edit of, it was like X-Men fans crying and then Fantastic Four fans crying and Human Design crying. It was when Scarlet Witch like killed Professor X and Reed Richards, and then That I love that video. I'm just thinking about it now. That one's underrated, but that one got flagged on TikTok for graphic
What?
violence. It got flagged, and then when it gets flagged, that means like it no longer gets shared. Like it gets taken out of the algorithm. So if you want to see that video on TikTok, you literally have to search for it. Like it's not gonna like pop up on somebody's feed. And then I post the Homelander. Did you know I had a father out there alive this whole time, and then he kills Black Noir, punches him in the stomach, punches a hole in the stomach, and rips out his intestines. And then that one blows up on TikTok. You literally see the intestines being pulled out on TikTok.
Yeah, the Marvel one, you don't even see anything. I don't know why they fucking. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably a Disney adult. Okay, we got to interview a Disney adult this year. That's our goal.
We need to interview people. Let's interview Kanye
in general. Fucking, our first interview is gonna be this is gonna be our track record. It's gonna be fucking Disney adult, Kanye, and then the guys. It's gonna be the crossover episode where it's a debate, where with the guys who make the podcast. Did you know about this theory? And it's just us arguing with them. Tell you why don't you guys pre-fucking production? And then we'll go from there. But yeah, that's still this guy. It's gonna be Disney adult, Kanye, guys who don't do fucking pre-production.
Vultures is coming up, so I'm like, Kanye, yay! I love your work, yay! Come on, podcast and promote Vultures.
We gotta. I mean, like Vultures is.
Hey,
we'll figure it out. We gotta. We'll move on. I do want to do that too. Shout out Brunner with the new logo, guys. I don't know if you guys saw that. New year, new us. I got a new setup. I'm in a process of getting a new computer, so it's gonna be good here. Hopefully, I get a new camera too. That's not a piece of shit. Anyway, going back to that. I feel like I'm getting distracted here.
Video games.
Back to that Indiana Jones one.
And then should we move on to the Suicide Squad?
Yes, let's do this because I have a lot to say about this.
Well, let me say something first. Usually, I've been thinking about 2 years in. Also, we're on season 4 technically, and I never said season 3, season P. So, Hunger Games, I'm still full. Shout out.
Oh, I'm saying it. Hey, Hunger Games, I'm still full.
I should have said that to my fucking family-in-law on New Year's when we were watching the new Hunger Games remake, dude. Hunger Games, I'm still full.
That's such.
Oh my god, that's. You gotta find that video. That's the goal right there. Yeah, shout out Hunger Games. That was a terrible movie, guys. Terrible.
But I'm thinking about how the podcast should go, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I kind of don't like how sometimes we keep things dated, like very time specific things, because like South Park. Like if you watch like South Park a couple of seasons ago, like it's very like dated. Like I remember. I think it was like 2 years ago. Like I'm rewatching South Park, right? And I go back to season 3 seasons ago, and they're talking about like doing the Tim Tebow, doing this. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, that's so outdated. Like, so, I kind of like argue with myself there, when we're doing this podcast. But I'm glad. My point is, I'm glad some of this stuff is dated. Because I updated the YouTube. We got a new YouTube channel banner, but I was updating the Instagram and making a highlights of our clips. And the same day that I did that, there was a clip of Anthony that's saying like, if Rocksteady hits Joker, which they always do, because I'm gonna flip a table. That same day, trailer comes out for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, and they added the Joker, and I fucking lost it. Because I know Anthony, they're like, oh, Joker again, and then they even there's like a Suicide Squad anime coming out, and then they show Joker. I'm like, look, Anthony, now you can watch a new anime. Because your homeboy's in there.
I can't even, like, you can't make this shit up, right? Like, I mean, people thought I was crazy, and I'm not even kidding you. At work, there's some gamers that we're big fans, and I always tell them about this vendetta I have about DC games, and they're like, "No, man, like you're tripping, bro." And I'm like, "Really? Oh, I am. Oh, what about fucking Mortal Kombat? They just threw him in there, like, you know what I mean? Like, what about this? He was dead." I'm like, let's go back and like recount how many times he was killed, and they showed it, and they still fucking brought him back, and that was Injustice 2, right? And Batman Arkham games. So I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking paranoid. Look, yeah, like Brewer said, we have the clip. I'll post it on my story because that's just ridiculous. But Peacekeeper, Deadshot, which we have. I'm sorry, whatever the fuck, that new one, Deadsport. Thank you. Killer Croc, that fire dude, Enchantress, so many. Like, there's just, it's like, it's not even like Weasel. Give me Weasel from fucking the Suicide Squad. Like, give me anyone from the fucking Suicide Squad, but a Joker from another universe who sounds like a fucking dude that's in middle school, by the way. And like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I really wish I could flip a table. I don't know what to flip here. I'm really mad right now. Not mad because I've been hyped for this game. It comes out and very disappointing. It comes out in 5 fucking days. I'm not even excited anymore. I was excited for 2 years, and now 5 days out, I'm not even excited. Dude, like, I mean, Rick, Captain Rick from fucking, give me him, like, Rick Flag, thank you. Suicide Squad. I think Peacekeeper would have been a really popular one, especially because, you know, it's coming in Mortal Kombat. So, soon, El Diablo, there we go. That Katana girl, Killer Frost, Rick Flag, Blackguard, you fucking Deathstroke over fucking Joker over Deathstroke. Think about that. Like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go too much into it. I'm not gonna. Okay, there's another thing I want to bash about this game real quick. It was delayed. How many years, Bruder? So this is like what, 2 years in development? When we first got gameplay of the actual game, we saw Killer Croc with a gun, and that's when we gave the feedback, and they're like, okay, we're gonna delay the game, we're gonna work on it, we'll come back with some more gameplay. They come back and it looks exactly the same. Like, I don't know what the hell they did, but like, Killer Croc still has a gun, and it pisses me off. The only thing they added, basically, I'm sure this was there already, was they added a finishing move where he eats them. But it's like, if I wanted to use a gun, I'll use fucking Deadshot. If I want to use a weapon, I'll use fucking Boomerang. If I want to fucking like jump around and hit people with a bat and a pistol, I'll use Harley Quinn. If I want to be a tank, I'll be fucking King Shark. No, you can be any single one of them. You're gonna get the exact same gameplay. You're gonna be shooting the whole time. So for me, that is a little bit lazy. It just, you have these really unique characters that could bring a unique class. You know, like I just said it too. Harley Quinn support. Aerial by Deadshot. Deadshot would be probably like Assault. Boomerang would be. You know, you have that class system where you could do it where you have a tank, and that's how you would swap out characters. You know, swap out Killer Croc for King Shark. That's your tank. You know, swap out Will Smith for fucking Ezra, whatever the fuck. You know, for Assault. And you know, that's how I would play it. Instead, we're getting, you know, Joker and the rest of the gang with guns. So it just feels like a shooter to me. I feel like that was a little bit of a missed opportunity of creating unique people. They could have done something that Avengers couldn't have done, and that was create a unique class set for each character and have a multiplayer game. But I think for me, it's just a multiplayer shooter. We'll see though. I'm excited. Have you bought your copy yet, Brunner?
It's switched over to my webcam microphone, which is fine because I can fix in post. But I'm gonna talk like this. compared to Avengers, which I'm still so burned, I have like scars from.
Me too. Yep.
Like what I saw somebody criticizing, which is kind of true about Avengers, was that, like you mentioned, like the Avengers characters were unique. Like if you play Thor, he's not gonna play the same as Iron Man. If you played Iron Man, he's not gonna play the same as the Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they were unique, but in Suicide Squad, everybody has a gun. Like maybe their super move is unique, but like just giving them guns doesn't make it unique. I have not pre-ordered it again, just to maybe get cosmetics. Like you said, they delayed. This game has been delayed for a long time. I just don't think. Again, also, what's stupid from the recent trailer for the Joker is they're like, we have access to multiverse technology, and we're gonna bring somebody in to help you guys fight one of the world's biggest villains, in the game. And they pick a Joker. If you tell me you have access to the whole DC multiverse to help you fight,
I already know who I'm getting.
I'm getting Superman. I'm getting a Superman. I just got to get one.
Yeah. Because
Joker is like 80th on my list. I can go. If I can't get Superman,
not even 80th, bro. Not even fucking 80th. Like I would bring the whole Lantern Corps, and then maybe like Black Widow from Marvel. Like not even that. But no, here's what I would do. Like, man, Brewer makes a great point. Brainiac kidnapped fucking Superman, and you're bringing in Joker. Like, I would go find a fucking universe where Darkseid's good. I could bring his ass over here, right, and fucking take over this bitch again. Instead of getting a Joker, it's like we have King Kong taking over the city. We're gonna bring in this badass dude. We got Dog from Paw Patrol. Take on King Kong.
Want to taste?
Like, come on, like, yeah, Chase is on the cage versus King Kong. Literally the same energy, literally the same. And like, this Joker wasn't a Suicide Squad in his universe, so he's a little more cooperative. Is that why you got him? Because he's a little more cooperative. Like, come on, dude.
It's like a Joker is a Joker. It's like a tiger doesn't change its stripes.
Oh my god!
I'm getting a Superman. If I can't get a Superman, I'm getting a Batman. If I can't get Batman, I'm getting a Flash. If I can't get a Flash, I'm getting a Green Lantern. If I can't get a Green Lantern, I'm getting Wonder Woman. If I can't get Wonder Woman, I'm getting a Martian Manhunter. If I can't get Martian Manhunter, I'll take Blue Beetle at this point. I'm taking Booster Gold and Blue Beetle and Red Tornado over Joker anytime, any day.
Any of the Titans except, even Robin. I'll fucking take Robin over Joker, because at least Robin, I know he would fight pretty good. I don't know, man. This is season 1, and of course, they thought the fans would fucking react to like Tobey Maguire coming back to fucking Spider-Man when they saw Joker, but I mean, I'm sure some did. I know Uncaged Games, who is a pretty popular YouTuber when it comes to DC games, he was not thrilled on that, and I know a lot of more people are not. I'm not. I mean, like I mentioned, that Rick Flag would have been good. Killer Croc, El Diablo. Do you not like Uncaged Games? What's going on over there?
No. I'm just thinking. Shout out to the homie Temper King, because we know he's a big Suicide Squad fan. So I'm pretty sure he's happy Joker's coming.
I'm sure he's bringing out his Suicide Squad edits back, and his fucking the pain edits.
Sick.
Ugh. Suicide Squad and what's it called? What's that band that fucking made the song for him?
21 Pilots?
Yeah, 21 Pilots. There you go. It's 21 Pilots and Suicide Squad. That's the combo for a shout out to Temper for him. But yes, we'll see. Comes out in 5 days. Brunner, are you gonna get in? I mean, I think the early release comes out in 5 days. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it because I've been predicting this. you've been the only person in our group that's been defending the game. You're probably not defending anymore now because Joker's there.
Yeah, oh
Like
yeah.
you just left the courtroom. But I predicted its downfall. I don't want to predict its downfall, but it's a live service game for the Suicide Squad and the Justice League. So I don't know. I'm here since we like to do predictions. I'm predicting the last, because they announced 3, and I'm pretty sure they're going to release those only 3 because the game's going to get canceled. Because everyone can say how bad it is, but I'm pretty sure the last person's going to be Peacekeeper because the new season's going to come out. And shout out Jim's Guide, because somebody on Threads, I don't know why Jim's Guide uses Threads. Even Zuckerberg doesn't use Threads, but somebody asked on saying, like, is Peacekeeper done? And James Gunn said, I've wrote everything but the finale. So it's going to come out. That's my last out. It's going to be the second person, like you said, it's going to be like Diablo or somebody weird like that. But I'm calling it now third person. The third person and the final person they're going to release is going to be a Peacekeeper.
Yep, I agree. I like to predict 2, so it'll be Joker, and then I think it would be Enchantress or Diablo, and then oh my god, man! If you add Diablo or Enchantress with a gun, I'm actually gonna lose it. That actually sounds stupid, but they will too. Diablo with a gun. Can you imagine that? Like, the fire guy with a gun. Enchantress, witch with a gun. It's like Fortnite on this bitch. And then, so I'll do Enchantress and Diablo, and then Peacekeeper. If not, I'll do Joker, and then the middle one, the season 2, will either be Rick Flag, since the gun theory, which will probably end up being Rick Flag, in my opinion. Rick Flag, and then Enchantress and Diablo, I'll keep those 2. And then for sure, season 3, I'll definitely going to agree with Brunner that it's going to be Peacekeeper. Some could even argue that season 2 will have Peacekeeper to try to match with the Mortal Kombat game. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but that I could definitely see them doing that too, matching up with the Mortal Kombat release. So yeah. Absolutely. Other than that, I mean, I know there's some other games coming out this year. There's a lot of spare games. I'm sorry. The Star Wars Outlast game looks really good. That's something. Let me see, 2024. Stalker 2. Tekken 8, which I swear they released like 5 times. Fuck that. Destiny, more Destiny gameplay, and there's more to come. I know for sure Suicide Squad. We spent a lot of time talking about Resident Evil. We spent a good 20 minutes alone talking about Resident Evil. So that really did take it up. I don't know if you're a Prince of Persia fan, Breeder, but the Lost Crowns, though. Let's see, Star Wars Outlast. Just a bunch of anime games, Skull and Bones. Is there anything else sober you want to mention?
Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones is the. Remember how when Assassin's Creed 4 came out, and then they're like, "You guys should just make a pirate game," and they're like, "Okay, we'll do that," and then that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I've been working on the game for 10 years, and it's been being pushed back, and then now and I think it got pushed back again because people complained about it. I know, again, like the longevity of games, because remember we hopped on Sea of Thieves like way back when it released, and like people's complaint was like, "Hey, I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. I'm just going to an island, getting this chest, and then getting on the boat, selling it, and then that was it." So I wonder how Skull and Bones will not fall into that trap.
It looks exactly like Assassin's Creed 3 and 4, so they're doing the right formula, though. They just have to keep the same one, you know?
Yeah. And then if it becomes successful, they can turn Skull and Bones into an RPG, because they like doing that, apparently.
Yeah, I definitely would see that happening. Turn into an RPG, turn into a comic book. Whole 9 yards.
So many Assassin's Creed spin-offs. All right. Are you just about done?
Yeah.
Right. So thank you guys for listening, for watching. Hopefully we'll come back stronger. Yay, interview coming soon, hopefully. I'm gonna DM Kanye because I know he's not gonna see it. But recently he's been checking his DMs. Like because he'll post it on his story, like or he'll post a screenshot of his iMessages talking about vultures. So I want to ask. I have actually like with all this controversy. I genuinely have questions outside of the controversy for him, like because he's been in the industry for so long. Also, want to ask him about the banger Miss Westy, your bestie, where it's gonna get messy.
We got to do an elite reunion. Hopefully, guys.
We'll do that. We should do those YouTube videos. Listening to blah 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 for the first time. listening to a popular album that's 10 years old for the first time.
Yeah, let's do that with elite. Let's react to Weezer with elite or something like that, or really, I don't know, something with elite.
We'll get elite to react to Vultures live. Oh, let's react to Vultures live.
Imagine, oh my god, imagine we actually do end up getting an interview with Kanye, and that's when elite decides to show up, and he just decides to pick a fight with Kanye. That would probably be the most hilarious scenario I could think of elite returning.
And then Anthony will pull up 30 kills in Fortnite.
No. That involves our other fucking host that got destroyed too. So this comedian, fucking no shout out to him. Dude, him, comedian, the one who fucking thinks Whiplash is a real movie, and his friend, his fucking Trump friend, were arguing with Elite. I don't know. We're not gonna get into this, but I got like a lot of kills in Fortnite, and we died because they were fucking arguing. So
you put up generational numbers.
I put up like ninja numbers, bro, and I fucking lost that game. Didn't even get the win. Like that was Tom Brady 17-0 Giants season for me. Like, oh man, but yeah, I mean, hopefully you will, man. I already know that we had to reach out to him, so hopefully we will. Do you actually watches this?
Yeah, come on, yeah. That's our goal. We're gonna get these like huge. Our goal is to get these huge celebrities.
Yeah, that's it. Will happen. We gotta be patient. That is hilarious, man. It is gonna be a good year. We gotta review that Suicide Squad game. We'll come back to Resident Evil. But Brunner says it's gonna be on sale next week. I hope it is. Then definitely gonna come back to that topics. I want to see Brunner's reaction to the storyline of 5 and 6. So thank you. Always check out the edits. Check out the new banner. Check out the new logo, of course. Where'd you get that logo, by the way?
I just made it in a. I just made it because that was our new. When we do the 2 screens, that's the game shot on the bottom. God, so I just put.
You cut out a lead of the fucking logo. Is that what you just told me right now?
I think. I mean it's gonna be our logo, but because I always use the Ford grid. No. So I'm like, well, there's just 2 of us now. I'm like,
we should have like a comedian Easter egg. Like we should have like a pet parrot named Comedian or some shit like that. Like we have like a fucking doll that always joins us. And it's like his name's like Michael Comedian or some shit. That'd be funny. Easter egg. We'll think about that in the future. But thank you everybody. Thank you Brunner, of course. Brunner. None of this would happen without Brunner. So thank you Brunner. Shout out everybody. Shout out the edits, and we'll see you next time.